Okay, this is the week 2 of our beginning bridge class. This is the second, was just covered, the second of 5 weeks that we have for beginning bridge. And then, as you know, there's a follow-on class. It's another 5 weeks. This 5 weeks, we are talking about just opening bidding and responding to the opening bidder. And so we're talking about levels of bids and how you describe the bids. We're just learning the bidding process. The next class, the next 5, involve getting the opponents into the system. So right now we're just focusing on one pair, you and your partner making the bids. And today we're going to focus on just opening the major suits. So let's go back and review a little bit of what we talked about the first week. Okay, the first thing is everybody can see the hand count up here. This is how we value our hands so that when we describe them to our partner, we can each understand what we're saying and what the value of the hand is. So an ace is 4, a king is 3, a queen is 2, a jack is 1. We just open our hand up once it's dealt out, sort it into the suits, clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades, and then count every face card that we have in our hand, giving it this number of points. That's our high card points that we count up. And then we add one other thing, and that is we add 1 point for every card over 4 in a suit. So if we have a 5-card suit, we add 1 more point, or a 6-card suit, we'll add 2 more points, or 2 5-card suits, we add 2 more points, 1 for each suit. So those are what we call the length points, the distribution points that we have. So adding those 2 things together gives us the value of our hand. Once we have the value of our hand, then we need to talk about what does that mean? How do we use it to provide any useful information for us? Well, if you think about the fact that in every suit, there are 4 suits. In every suit, there is an ace, a king, a queen, and a jack. Every suit is worth 4, 3, 2, 1, 10 points. 10 times 4, the number of suits, is 40 points. So in a deck, there are 40 high card points in every deck. And those are dealt out at the beginning, distributed to everybody. If you just got your fair share, you'd have about 10 points. Usually some people have less, some people have more, because it's rarely 10 across the board. But 10 is sort of the fair share for each person. That means 20 would be the share for you and your partner, and 20 is half the points in the deck. If we want to start being able to beat our opponents, we need to have more than just half. But we don't need a lot more. If we just have 21 or 22 or 23, they start having 19, 18, 17. The gap grows. And this is a zero-sum game in bridge. As you get better, they get worse. Okay, so it matches up. So what we're interested in finding is how many points do we have between us so that we can describe our hands. And the more points as we bid that we find between us, the higher up the bidding ladder we can go. And of course, one thing about bridge is we just try to make it as difficult as we can. And so when we say we're going to bid 1 of something, we actually mean we're going to take 6 tricks plus 1 more, because the 1 assumes that we have a little bit more than half the points in the deck. We're going to kind of start there as an assumption. So when we bid, we're going to start at the 1 level, but that really means 7 tricks. Every time you bid, you're adding 6 to the number that you have. 6 is a little less than half, 7 right over the half. So that's That's what we're looking at. So if when you're bidding back and forth, and this is between the two hands, not just in one hand, but between the two hands, if you see that you just have 20 or 21 points between you, you're going to stop. That's at the one level. So you're going to stop here as soon as you can if you find that's all you have. If bidding a little bit more, you find you've got a little bit more, you can be safe going to the 2 level, or a little bit more, 24, 25, you can bid at the 3 level. 26 to 28 is the 4 level. 29 plus is 5. And then if you really are good, you might have 33 points or 37 points. You can bid what are called slams, which is you're going to make every trick except one, or every trick. You get a lot of bonus points for that. But you don't need to remember all of these levels. There's some key points you need to think of, and they're right here. 3 no trump, which is about 25 points between you and your partner. 4 hearts or 4 spades, 25 or 26 points between you and your partner. Those are the levels we are interested in seeing if we have, because we want to push to get to those levels if we can, because the bonus points in the scoring, we get a lot more points, 300 or 500, depending on the scoring. And if we bid somewhere down here, we get bonus points, but the bonus points are only 50. So if you can bid a game, 3 no trump, 4 hearts, or 4 spades, you get a lot of bonus points. Ann, did you have a question?
I do. When you're in your hand counting your high card points, I noticed, and it could be just because you've played a lot, but you come up with the number so quickly. And I am still going, 4 and then 3, adding them up.
Yeah.
Do you have any hints to make it go quicker?
There is one little hint, but actually it just is a matter of practice, and not even really that long practice until you get just very comfortable adding them up really quickly. Right now you have to think an ace is 4, a king is 3. Well, soon you won't have to do that. But one easy little trick is the ace, king, queen, and jack together are worth 10 points. So if you have an ace, king, queen, jack, 10 points, then count the ones over that.
Okay,
Doesn't
perfect.
happen all the time, but that's one little shortcut.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and don't feel bad about taking the time you need to take, because
Okay,
got to take what you got to take. So,
okay,
okay.
okay, thank
All right. So, anyway, we are going to focus on seeing if we can get to this 25 or 26 level so we can get the bonus points. We want to push towards that. But as soon as we see that we are not going to be at that level, we want to stop back down here as low as we can, because we're going to get the same score if we bid below game, no matter what we make. So if we bid 1 diamond and make 3, it's the same scoring as if we bid 3 diamonds and make 3, but it's a lot harder to make 3 diamonds than 1 diamond. So, let's leave it easy for ourselves and stop as soon as we can. And we use the points that are being described between me and my partner to decide where we want to stop. And the 25, 26 point range is just, that's the one you kind of need to remember, that if we have that, we need to bid a game, 3 no trump, 4 hearts, or 4 spades in something if we have that many points. Let me point out one other thing. 5 clubs and 5 diamonds are also a game, but you need 29 points to make 5 clubs or 5 diamonds. And at 5 clubs or 5 diamonds, you can only lose 2 tricks. And so this is really difficult to do. Sometimes it's the appropriate thing to do, because sometimes if we don't have hearts or spades and we don't have kind of balanced hands, then we can't play no trump. So then we have to play 5 clubs or 5 diamonds, but we need to remember that takes more to get there. So a lot of times we would rather try playing 3 no trump than up there. Also, reminder that we have names for these games. Spades and hearts are major suits. Clubs and diamonds are minor suits. And you can see why we kind of call them that. The major suits we like, the minor suits we don't like. We get more points for the major suits, and it's easier to make game than in the minor suits. Also, this is the order that the suits are in. You'll notice the order is club, then diamond, then heart, then spade, then no trump. But clubs or diamonds are the two lowest. Spades and hearts are the next two up. So that's what we're looking for, the next two up from that. So this past week, we talked about major suit openings and responses. But before I get to that, I want to look at, and we can just practice a little bit. We can just practice a little bit scoring, seeing if we have opening hands. And let me go back here real quick to this other place I was. Okay, this is bridgebase.com, which I recommended that you guys take a look at and play some on here. I just set up a teaching table, so this is me at every seat. But if you played it, you could put robots at 3 of the seats and you sit at 1 of the seats. Anyway, let's take a look at, can everybody see this on their screen now? I have a hand dealt out. And this is not really what it looks like when we deal the hands out, because remember, of course, you would just be seeing the cards that are in your hand. But right now we have everything laid out. So look at this top one up here. How many points do we have in this hand?
$18, I think.
Okay.
So
Well, we've got
10.
that quick one I gave you in. We've got the 10 right here, right? Plus 2 is 12, plus 4 is 16. And then we get to add 2 for length right over here, 2 in the spades, 18 points. You're exactly right. So we would open this hand. If we have 13 to 21 points, we open the hand. And if we have 15 to 17, we open it as 1 no trump, but that's a balanced hand. If we don't have the balanced hand, then we bid a major suit if we have 5 cards. If we don't have no trump or the major suit, then we open our best minor suit. So this hand would open 1 spade. You see that? 1 spade. Okay. Click on to a next one here and see what we would open with this one. Let's look at this hand. How many points do we have in that north hand?
Eight.
8 points. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points and nothing extra for length. So what would we open this hand?
Pass.
Pass. We are not between 13 and 21. So we just pass. Let's look at this hand then.
Just a second, Sally. Didn't you say if we had 6 points or more, we always had to play? Or did I misunderstand that rule?
No, you're correct, but not open. That's respond. So the
Okay.
first person has 13. Once their partner has bid, they're the responder with 6. They bid. And thank you for remembering the pledge, Cheryl, because you're exactly right. When you're responding, 6, and you promise to do it. Okay. Let's look at the east hand. Then what do we have there?
$14.
Okay. We've got 4 times 3 is 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is 17 points. So what would we open this hand?
Well, we don't have a 5-card suit,
That's right.
and you haven't gone over no trump, but it looks, I don't know, I would,
It's
17.
15 to 17, so it's in our point range. And then
So
the
you have to do
question is it balanced? And that hand could not be more balanced. 3, 3, 3, 4.
so
So
one no trump.
one no trump, kind of equal. There is a rule, and you're right, we haven't gone totally into that yet, but it's balanced as long as it has no more than one doubleton. This, of course, has no doubletons. It's got at least 3 cards in every suit.
Okay.
So that we'd open that one no trump. Okay, let's look at this one down here, the south hand. How many points do we have here?
$14.
Okay, we've got 6. 4 is 10, 11, 12, 13, and 1 for the extra length,
Mhm.
right? 15, is that right? 13, yeah.
14.
14. Yeah, 13 plus 1. 14. So what would we open this hand?
1 heart.
Yes.
1 heart. 1 heart, because we are in the 13 to 21 range, and we're not in the 15 to 17 for the no trump, but we have a 5-card major. So we're going to open that 1 heart. Okay. Let's look at one more here. Let's look at this bottom one, the south one.
Well,
Okay. We've got
14.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
First of all, we've got our trick that we talked about, and we've got ace, king, queen, jack. That's 10. Okay. So anyway, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 2 for length is 14. So what we did with this hand,
1 heart. 14, yeah, 1 heart.
Yep.
1 heart, same thing. Okay. Then let's look now at, because we've talked a little bit then about how to decide between one no trump and one of a major suit. So now let's talk about the opening of a major suit and the response to a major suit opening. And this is the handout that you got this week. So we're going to take a look at that. Okay, so major suit openings. And what are the major suits?
Spades and
Hearts.
hearts.
Spades and hearts, exactly. So the major suits, that's what we're going to be looking at right now. Hearts or spades, opening hearts or spades, and responding if your partner opens a heart or a spade. So when your partner opens one of a major, that's 1 heart or 1 spade, they have between 13 and 21 valuation points, which is our high card points plus our length, and a 5-card major suit. And you guys have already seen that because we were just doing that. Okay, so now let's talk about what happens when partner bids one of a major. When your partner has opened one of a major, the first thing we want to do, if we can do it, is raise our partner's suit if we found a fit. We've talked about in our class so far that when you're bidding, you're looking for 2 things. You're looking for how high do you need to go and where do you need to go? Diamonds, hearts, spades, clubs, or no trump. That's the strain, okay? It's which suit or no trump you're going to pick. So how high and where are the questions that we need to answer. So if your partner has opened one of a major and you have a fit for him right away, that gives you the where. that major suit, because we always want to play in a major suit if we can. Now, what would be a fit? How do we know if we have a fit for our partner? If our partner has opened one heart or one spade, what would we need to have a fit with partner?
3
Mm.
cards.
3 cards,
Mm.
because eight is that magic number where we have the fit. Okay, the magic fit number is 8. We've talked about if you have 7 and 6, you have most of them, but not a clear majority. 8 and 5, you've got a lot more than them now. That's a good majority. So that's the fit we're looking for. Of course, 9 and 4, 10 and 3, even better. But at least 8 and 5 is what we want to look for. So when partner has opened one of a major, how many cards does he promise in the suit?
5.
5. He's got 5. So we need to have 3. So when we have 3 of partner's suit, he's opened a heart or a spade, we have at least 3 hearts or spades in our hand. We have a fit. So the first priority is to tell partner that by raising their suit, by saying, okay, that's the right suit. Another thing we need to do, because we have a fit and we know we're going to play there, we get to revalue our hand using shortness points, or what are called dummy points. Instead of length, we use shortness, because if we have a fit with partner, shortness is valuable. Shortness is not valuable if you don't have a fit. Like if there's a singleton in the opening person's hand, that will keep the other people from taking those tricks, but it doesn't give you extra tricks. The way you get extra tricks is if you are short in the dummy hand. And when we play hands, you'll see more of that. But anyway, so what we want to do is revalue our hand. So we look to see if we have 5, we give 5 for a void, if we have no cards in a suit, 3 for a singleton, which is 1 card in a suit, and just 1 point for a doubleton, which is 2 cards in the suit. So you keep your high card points, forget about any length points that you had, and instead add any shortness points that you have. And that now gives you the value of your hand. Not what it was originally, but what it is if your partner has opened a heart or a spade and you have support for them. You now have a new value of your hand. So once we have this value of our hand and we know we're going to support partner because we've got his suit, then here's how we decide how high to bid. With 0 to 5, we just pass. We've got nothing to say, even if we have a fit. So pass. And here's the point where I told you you had to make the pledge to bid. If you have at least 6 points, you must bid something. You must bid something, okay? If you've got between 6 and about 10, so you're above 5, but you aren't a high bid above 5, you will just raise 1 time. That means 1 of the major to 2 of the major. So your partner has said 1 heart or 1 spade. So we're going to say 2 hearts or 2 spades. 1 heart, 1 spade. 2 hearts, 2 hearts. 1 heart, 2 hearts. 1 spade, 2 spades, 1 heart, 2 hearts. So you just say, okay, partner, I don't have a lot, but I agree with your suit. We've got a fit in hearts, and I don't have a lot. Now, if you have a little bit more, about 11 or 12, you can do a double raise. 1 heart, 3 hearts. 1 spade, 3 spades. I skip over the 2 level and go up to the 3. That tells partner I've got a fit, at least 3. I found her fit, and I've got more than the minimum. I've got 11 or 12 points. Partner needs to know that, okay? Now, you would think that if you have 13 or more, if you have 13 points and your partner has 13 points, What is something you know about the hand? Do you know the answer to the how high and where questions?
I think you know the where, but you don't know how high to go because you're not sure how.
Well, they had 13 and I have 13.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You're gonna go to game.
I could go to game. I know that's where we belong.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sure of that. I know we've got 26 points between us and we've got hearts or spades. So I could just bid 4 hearts or 4 spades. But bridge being bridge, I don't do that right away. When I have an opening hand and a fit for partner, I just bid a new suit. And there's a reason I just bid a new suit. Okay. Partner cannot pass if I bid a new suit. You can never pass a new suit by responder. It's one of the rules. So if I bid a new suit, he's going to have to bid something again. Well, when he bids something again, then I'm going to jump up to 4 hearts or 4 spades because 2 things. Number one, I now know how many points he has. So, because he has 13 to 21. If he's 13 to 15, I don't want to be more than 4 hearts or 4 spades. If he's got 20 points, we could be up at the 33-point level for slam. So I wait to hear his bid. The second reason we don't just jump up there is because there is a special bid called a weak freak. The weak freak is partner has opened a heart or a spade, and you have at least 5 or more hearts or spades and less than 10 points. So you've got a minimal hand, but a lot of spades or hearts. So you just jump up to 4 hearts. In that case, 1 heart, 4 hearts, 1 spade, 4 spades. That is not strong. It's not the 13-point hand. It's the weak freak. It says, partner, don't bid any more than that. Stop here. I don't have anything else. This is the only thing we can do. Now, this bid seems weird, right? Because why would you just jump up there? We already know we probably don't have enough points for game. The reason we do it, and it'll make it clear next session when we're talking about the opponents getting into the bidding, we like to make it as hard as possible for the opponents to bid. So if we have a lot of cards in the suit, we know we might make it, but even if we go down, we shouldn't go down more than 1 or 2, and we keep them from finding out wherever they belong the other way. That's why this weak freak thing exists. So just remember that 1 heart, 4 hearts is not strong. That 4 heart bid is weak. But 1 heart, 1 of something, 2 of something, 4 hearts, now that's strong. Now I've showed you my 13 points. So we're just delaying. We're going to get there, but we're just delaying it a little bit because
Sally,
we have enough points to do that. Yes.
Sorry, Sally, are you saying when you you bid a new suit because you can't do the weak freak,
Yes.
then your partner has the ability to go up.
They must bid something else. Yes.
And so I guess this might be later, but then does your partner go to the 4 level or?
Yes.
When do you go, who goes to the 4 level?
Well, your partner would go to the 4 level if they have like 20 points or more in a really long suit. The bidding would go something like this: 1 heart, 5 hearts, 13 points, 1 spade. All that promises is 4 spades and 6 points. And my partner assumes I don't have hearts. Okay. But I'm in this category. I've got 13 points and I've got at least 3 card support. But still, I just bid 1 spade. So it goes 1 heart, 1 spade. then if he has 20 points and like 7 hearts, he can bid 4 hearts. Because if he has 20 and I've got 6, and he's got a really good heart suit all by himself, that's all the information he needs to show me his really strong hand. That doesn't come up very much. What usually comes up is 1 heart, 1 spade, and then he can bid 2 hearts. That shows a minimum hand, but an extra spade heart. Or he could bid 1 no trump, which says, I don't have any extra hearts and I don't have any extra points. You know, we're going to talk in a few minutes about how a partner decides what to bid.
Okay.
But pretty much, no matter what partner does, and especially if he bids a minimum hand, like 2 hearts or 1 no trump, our next bid is 4 hearts. So it would be like 1 heart, 1 spade, 1 no trump, 4 hearts. Now I've described my whole hand. I've kind of misled him at first, but part of the reason I misled him was because 1 heart, 4 hearts is weak, and I'm not weak. The second reason is because if I've got 13 or more, I know we belong in game, but I want to wait and see how many points he has so I can decide how high we need to go. I know at least 4, but it might be 5 or 6 or 7. Okay, so this is if you have support for partner suit and you have revalued your hand, then you go into one of these categories. Let me point out one other little thing here that I pointed out in class. Audrey Grant, we're using Audrey Grant's book, and a lot of people use the range 6 to 10 and 11 to 12. I really prefer, and a lot of people also prefer, although it's more old school, like 6 to 9 and 10 to 12. Just 1 point difference, 1 point less for the 6 to 9, 1 point more for the limit raise, the double raise. It doesn't make a great deal of difference. Just you need to remember that sometimes Sally says 6 to 9 and 10 to 12. Audrey would say 6 to 10 and 11, 12. So I just want to point that out to you. And either one is acceptable. Okay, now that was raising opponent's suit. Excuse me, your opener's suit. Now, what if you don't have support for partner suit? Okay, partner has bid a heart, but we don't have 3 hearts. We don't have a fit. So then we are going to bid a new suit as the responder. And this is our second priority. Our first priority is raise a suit. Second priority is bid a new suit. Remember, if we bid a new suit, we don't count shortness points. We keep with our length points that we originally had. If we bid at the 1 level, so like 1 heart, 1 spade, we're just promising 6 points and a 4 card suit. Notice that if I'm responding, I can bid 1 spade with just 4. If I were opening and I want to bid 1 spade, I have to promise 5. But responding, I can just have 4. Now, if I have, and that's if I don't have 10 points, I cannot go to the 2 level. If you go to the 2 level with your new suit, you're promising 10 or 11 plus points. So if your partner has bid 1 heart, you can bid 1 spade, only promising 4 spades and 6 points. But if your partner has bid a heart and you want to bid clubs or diamonds, you have to have at least 10 points to do that. Now, you're only required to have 4 hearts cards if you're bidding clubs or diamonds at the 2 level. But if your partner opens spades and you want to bid hearts at the 2 level, you're required to have 5. This is hard to remember. You just need to try to remember it, that if partner has opened a spade, and you want to bid hearts, you've got enough points, 10 or more, to bid that new suit. At the 2 level, you also have to have 5 in that suit. Clubs or diamonds, no. Couple of rules we need to know are, if when you're bidding a new suit, if you have equal length suits with 4 equal length suits, you bid up the line. So if you have 4 clubs and 4 diamonds and 10 points, you'd bid clubs first, clubs, then diamonds, up the line. But if you have 5 or more, you bid the higher suit first. So that case, when you had 10 or more and you had clubs and diamonds, you bid the diamonds first if it was 5-5. 4-4, you go up the line. This rule is going to apply tomorrow when we start learning about opening minor suits too. Okay, one final thing about responding is, if you do not have support for your partner, and if you cannot name a new suit, then you can bid 1 no trump. 1 no trump just means, and that's kind of the last choice you do, it means, partner, I can't support your suit, and I don't have a 4 card or longer suit I can bid at the 1 level. I don't have more than 10 points or 9 points. So 1 heart, 1 no trump says, partner, this is all I can bid. I do have 6 to 9 or 10 points, but I can't support your hearts. I can't bid spades, right? Because if I had 4, I could say 1 spade. So then I bid 1 no trump. Now, if I bid 1 no trump and I can't support hearts and I don't have 4 spades, what do you think I have?
Maybe 3 or less of each of the major suits, and then
Well, I do. Well, I
a
have.
balanced hand,
I do
perhaps?
have 3 or less. Yes, I either have a balanced hand, or more frequently, I have some clubs or diamonds. I just can't mention them. I don't have enough points. So the 1 no trump bid is kind of just a catch-all to say you don't take it real seriously as meaning no trump. We talked about when we open 1 no trump, we have to have a balanced hand. We have to have cards everywhere. But this 1 no trump response is just kind of, partner, I don't have anything else to bid. So don't take it seriously as a balanced hand. It could mean clubs or diamonds. It does mean I do not have your suit, and I don't have a 4-card spade suit I could mention. And I'm limited to points, so I can't go up to the 2 level and say anything else. Okay, the last thing we need to talk about here, and then we're going to go look at some hands. The last thing we need to talk about here is, we talked about openers rebids, because you asked the question about, well, if I just bid a new suit, what does partner do? You know, if partner raises my suit, that's a specific number. And so then they've limited their hand. So I just am going to bid to show the level of my hand. So if I bid 1 heart and partner bid 2 hearts, okay, partner has 6 to 9 points. I would need to have at least 16, 17 points to have a hope for game. So if I bid 1 heart and partner bids 2 hearts and I've got a minimum hand, I'm just going to pass. If I've got 13 points and the most he's got is 9 or 10, that's 23. That is not a game. So I stop as soon as I can. I don't keep bidding. Just goes 1 heart, 2 hearts, that's the end. If it went 1 heart, 3 hearts, partner has a little bit more now. He's got 11 or 12 points. Now, if I have 16 or more, I know we probably have a game. I can jump to game. So if your partner has limited their hand by agreeing with you or bidding 1 no trump, you know what they have, then you just either pass or go to the correct place depending on your points. However, if partner has not limited their hand, and by not limiting their hand, that means they've bid a new suit, because a new suit just promises 6 points. That's all it promises. Okay. So unless you've done it at the 2 level, then we know they've got at least 10 points. If your partner has bid the new suit, then you have to, your next bid is the opener, is to limit your hand, to tell them your original bid said 13 to 21. This bid is now going to close that in. So if you are in the minimum level, 13 to 15, you are going to, that's a minimum hand. 13 to 15, 16 to 18 is medium, 19 to 21 is strong, maximum. So if you're at the minimum, then the way you show your partner that is you just rebid your suit. So that would be like 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts. Rebidding my suit, I don't have extra points. What I do have though is I have an extra card in the suit. So I originally promised 5. If it goes 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts, that means I have at least 6. So that adds an extra card, but it doesn't add points. You are still a minimum hand. Or if partner has bid a new suit like clubs or diamonds, and you're really distributional and you have their suit, you can raise their suit 1 level. So like 1 heart, 2 diamonds, 3 diamonds. I just raise their suit. That's a minimum hand. Or I can bid the lowest no trump that I can bid. So 1 heart, 1 spade, 1 no trump. Or 1 heart, 2 clubs, 2 no trump. That's the lowest no trump. That's not a jump. Lowest no trump they can bid. So rebidding your suit, raising partner suit, and bidding the lowest no trump, those are ways of limiting your hand to the minimum hand. So that happens frequently. Also frequently is you might be in this medium level, medium strength hand. In this case, you sometimes just bid a new suit, or you jump in your partner's suit or jump in your suit. So if you have extra points and extra length, you can jump in your suit. That would be like 1 heart, 1 spade, 3 hearts. That shows 16 to 18 points and an extra heart. Or jumping in your partner's suit. Any of those show the medium hand. The maximum hand does not happen very much, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on it in here, but it is a jump shift. Hardly ever happens, but that's when it's gone like 1 heart, 1 spade, and the 1 heart person has 19, 20 points, then they had 5 hearts and 5 diamonds, say. So then they are going to bid 1 heart, 1 spade, 3 diamonds. They jumped over the 2 diamonds. That would just be a new suit, and went to the 3 level. That is a jump shift. They jumped up an extra level and went to a new suit. So that doesn't happen a lot. Usually you're in one of these 2 categories. You want to show a minimum hand, or you want to show a little bit extra and leave it to your partner to decide what to do. Okay, so let's go back over to bridge base then and look at some examples of responding. Okay, let's see who's opening this. Make sure I got this. This is not illustrating what I wanted to illustrate. Majors. All right, that's more better. Okay, so let's look at this north on this hand. What would we open or would we open if we had the north hand? Well, let's value it first. Here we have 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 3. So 10 plus 3 is 13,
And +1.
plus 1 for length. So this is a 14-point
14.
hand. Now, is 14 points minimum, medium, or maximum as an opening hand?
Minimum.
Minimum. 13 to 15 is usually the minimum. Okay, so we open this now. So what do we open this?
1 spade.
1 spade. We open it 1 spade, even though our hearts are so much better than our spades.
Well, you have a 5-card suit.
That's right. When we open a major suit, we're promising 5. Now, if you have this solid suit, that's worth something. But still, if we have 5 and 4, we definitely want to open the 5-card suit first, because it will let partner decide more easily what to support and not go off track getting a bad fit in something. Okay, now, so this hand opens 1 spade. So let's drop down to the responder's hand down here in the south hand. How many points does this hand have? High card points.
7.
7. And do they have anything for length?
No.
They just have 7. Do they have support for their partner?
Yes.
Yes. They've got 4. And they only need to have 3. So they've got 4-card support. They've got 7 points. Do they need to revalue their hand for shortness?
No.
No.
No, they don't have shortness either, right? No shortness, no length. So this hand is just flat, 7 points with spade support. So what are we going to bid after our partner opens 1 spade? What would be the correct response here?
2
Two
spade.
spade.
2 spades. We just raise it 1 level. Okay. 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 spades. Now it goes back to the north hand. It's their turn to bid. What do you think they're going to bid now? Well, let's think about this. They have a minimum hand. Partner has made a minimum bid. So partner cannot have more than 9 points or 10 points if we use that rule. So let's say 10, and we've got 14. Isn't that what we counted here? 14. 10 and 14 is not a game. So the north person now knows the answer to how high and where, okay? Because partner's bid has helped them decide that. They didn't know at the beginning, but now they know the where is spades, because partner said, okay, I've got spades. They bid 2 spades, but they do not have the points. So the where is not going to be a game. The where is going to be somewhere below a game. And we know the how high is going to be somewhere below a game. And when we know we don't have a game, we stop as soon as we can. We don't make it harder for ourselves. We only make it harder for ourselves if we think we can get to a game. So in this case, the bid would just be 1 spade by north, 2 spades by south. Then it comes back to north. North has nothing else to say. Pass. They just pass. They don't have anything more than what they started with. Okay, let's look at another hand. Okay, let's look at this hand, the east hand. What does this hand value to?
18.
Okay, let's see. We've got 8 and 8, excuse me, 4 and 4 is 8, 9, 10, 11, and 4 is 15, and 1 is 16, plus 2, 18. 18. So is this hand in the minimum, medium, or maximum?
Medium.
Medium.
Medium. Pretty high medium, but medium. What are we going to bid with this hand?
1 heart.
1 heart. Very good. We're between 13 and 21, and we've got at least 5 hearts. So we just open 1 heart. We open 1 heart, even though we've got extra points from what we had last time, right? We've got a lot more points, but we're still just going to open 1 heart. We always open at the 1 level when we have between 13 and 21. 1 heart. Now let's go over to the partner here. The partner of this hand is going to be West. So how many high card points does West have?
8. 26.
6, I thought.
6.
Oh,
3 and 3.
well, you
6.
don't. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
You don't get anything for that singleton.
Well, okay. At the first thing, when they first looked at their hand, they just counted 6 points with none for length. But now that partner has bid 1 heart, you're exactly right. Now they get to re-examine their hand, and now they count shortness. So they've got 6 high card points. How much do they count for shortness?
You get 3 for the singleton.
3 for the singleton. So that 6 plus 3 is 9.
9.
Now they have 9 points. So what are they going to bid?
2 hearts.
2 hearts. They still are just at the minimum raise level, 6 to 9 or 6 to 10. They're still in the minimum responding level. So 2 hearts. Then it comes back over to the East person. And now what is East going to say?
So then 6 to 10. 18.
So we're in the medium range there.
Mm.
So we have some choices. We could pass if we have enough information, we know we can pass, or we can jump in our suit. That shows the medium range. What we don't want to do is just rebid our suit at the lowest level or bid no trump, because those would show minimum. So we've got more than that. We have to show more. And so how do we show more? The medium hand.
4 hearts. Would you?
You jump your suit, right? So you go maybe, what are we up to? 2 diamonds? Let's see.
We're up to
You go 3 diamonds, maybe?
1 heart, 2 hearts. Well, that would show 19 because that's a jump shift.
Oh, okay.
Now this one's a little tricky because it says rebid your suit or rebid your partner suit. So there's 2 things you can look at here. Partner has between 6 to 9 points. You've got 18 points. Even if partner only has 6 points, right, at the minimum, with your 18, you are nearly at what you need to be to bid 4 hearts or 4 spades. Okay, but not quite. So a jump to 4 hearts or 4 spades, 4 hearts would not be horrible. It's a little short. A better bid is to say, because partner has limited his hand, we're not really in the part where we need to jump. We're in the part where partner has limited his hand and we just need to put his hand with ours. So our hand is 18. His hand is 6 to 9 or 10. Well, if he has 6, that's not enough with 18. 7, really, we need 26. That's not quite, it's close, but not quite enough. Better if he has the high part. So what bid do you think we could make, or is there a bid that kind of asks partner, were you at the top or the bottom of that bid you made?
Three diamonds.
No, three diamonds is a jump shift. That would be 19 points or more.
Okay.
Um,
Pass.
Now, if we pass, we're only going to play two hearts, and we could have at least 26 points between us if partner is at the high end of his heart range.
So is this a no Trump situation?
No,
Okay. Well, we've done almost
good
all of
guesses
them.
all, except you haven't hit the one. The one you do is three hearts. Three hearts. So it would go one heart in the east, two hearts in the west, three hearts in the east, and three hearts says, partner, I heard you say you have a minimum hand, but I've got extra. If you were at the top of your minimum hand, we've got a game. If you're at the bottom of your minimum hand, we don't have a game. So three hearts says, partner, if you're at the top, bid four. If you're at the bottom, pass. So a bid, when it goes one heart, two hearts, three hearts says, I've got extra points, partner. This is because partner limited their hand when they bid two hearts. They can't have more than a certain amount. The time when we have to show partner our minimum, medium, or strong is when partner's going to bid again, because we don't know yet how high we belong. You now, as East, know that you either belong at three hearts or four hearts, depending on how many points partner has. So you just bid three hearts. If you bid three hearts, if it's gone one heart, two hearts, three hearts, what should partner, what should West say? Is he at the top or the bottom of his bid?
I think he's at the bottom, so maybe he should pass.
Well, we said that he had 6 to 9 is raise, right? Is a regular, just one level raise. So one heart, two hearts. He showed between 6 and 9 points. But how many points does he have?
3, 6, 7, 8.
7, 8, 9. This is worth 3.
9. Yeah. I
So
keep thinking.
3 is 6, and 3 is 9.
So he's still at the bottom though.
Well,
Right.
his range was 6 to 9.
So he's at the top of the bottom.
He's at the top of his range that he told his partner, right?
Oh,
He
then
told
maybe
his
he got a
partner,
game.
yeah, when he said two hearts, he was telling partner, I have between 6 and 9 or 10 points. So now when partner bids three hearts and says, well, where in that range are you? Now he can bid four hearts because he's at the top.
Okay.
Okay. Are you now thoroughly confused?
Yeah, this is why I retook the class because I'm like,
Well, it's a matter of you kind of have to figure out, do I need to know more from partner or do I have enough information already when partner has limited their hand? Now, if partner bids a new suit, it's a little bit different. But when partner has limited their hand, either by bidding, just raising your suit or bidding no trump, those are limiting bids. Then if you bid again, you're saying, tell me more about your range. Otherwise, you just pass. If you were low and they're low, you just let it go, like we did on that first hand we looked at. But here, when you've got a little bit more, you bid a little bit more. Okay. All right, we're going to talk more about this in class tomorrow because we're actually going to look at some hands like this where we're going through the bidding process back and forth with the major suits. And you need to get the major suits where you pretty much understand them, because adding the minor stuff or the other bids on top of it, it's not that much more if you thoroughly understand the bidding and responses to one of a major. Everything else kind of builds off that and makes sense. So we will work on that tomorrow.
Thank you.
Guys for attending today, and I'll see some
Thank
of
you.
you in class tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Mhm.